To impress a beautiful nurse, the young man cut out a Harvard logo from a magazine, photocopied pages from a few medical textbooks onto transfer paper, and even stamped them with a fake seal. And just like that, a Harvard Medical School degree was born. He showed up at the hospital where the nurse worked and confidently waved around his resume. Using a few medical terms he'd picked up from TV, this 18-year-old somehow managed to land the role of head physician. He wasn't just leading a team of interns, he was also supervising over a dozen attractive nurses. To cover up his fake credentials, he spent his spare time watching medical documentaries, memorizing whatever he could understand. But life rarely sticks to the script. One day, an emergency case came in. Everything unraveled. The real surgeon was already in the middle of another operation, so the young man had to step in. The moment he saw the patient bleeding, panic set in. He nearly threw up. To hide his fear, he pretended he was just observing the intern's performance. An intern suggested stopping the bleeding and applying a cast. He quickly agreed and passed the job off. Then he rushed to the bathroom and vomited. No matter how confident he was in his act, he knew this charade couldn't last much longer. That very night, he found out the nurse's father was a prominent attorney. Without missing a beat, he changed his story, claiming he'd studied law in college. As soon as the father learned they were supposedly from the same alma mater, he was thrilled. He not only approved of the marriage, but even offered to mentor him and eventually hand over his entire law firm. The young man didn't back down. In just 2 weeks, he passed the bar exam and became a trusted assistant to a judge. But every time he saw the nurse's parents, still deeply in love after all those years, he started to feel the weight of all his lies, schemes, and performances. That night, he called Officer Jack. He confessed everything and said he planned to get married, begging for just one chance. But Jack wasn't buying it. On the day of the wedding, Jack came to arrest him, but the young man had anticipated it. He grabbed the nurse's hand and ran to a room. He opened the ceiling and pulled out a suitcase stuffed with cash. Then, he told her the whole truth. Together, they made a plan to meet at the airport the next morning and disappear forever. He jumped out the window with the suitcase just moments before Officer Jack burst into the room. By then, he was gone. Only the nurse remained, sitting in the corner, quietly crying.